Okay, I want your perspective on this because this Galaxy S25 Ultra has been out in terms of phone years for a very long time. And I still can't wrap my head around why I still love using this device so much. Obviously, it's considered the Ultra. It's labeled by title to be the best Android phone on the market. And it really still is. There aren't very many devices that can honestly come close to beating the Galaxy S25 Ultra. There have been other devices this year that I have used that have been really good, like the OnePlus 13. I actually picked up that phone over this phone initially, and it was because of the lack of innovative features with the Galaxy S25 Ultra, how this did not come with the silicon carbon battery, and they didn't really change the design that much. And the OnePlus 13 had this beautiful blue leather backing and all of that stuff. So I did like that phone. I enjoy using the Google Pixel devices every single year, but Google's not perfect. Android and Material 3, the whole Pixel experience is fantastic, but still, why is the Galaxy S25 Ultra still so special to me? Why do I still feel this way about this phone? Even though I've used all of the iPhone 17s, the Airs, the 17 series, the Pros, the iPhone is an amazing phone. It's darn near immaculate, really. It's the best Apple's ever done. But still, even when I use this next to my Pro Max, I still love this phone. First, I want to talk about the screen. So yes, of course, Samsung still, even though it's almost been a year, has the best anti-reflective display on a screen. And not only that, the display itself is just amazing. The anti-reflective coating, Samsung has had it since the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And I don't know why. What's taking so long for everybody to copy this feature? It is so uniquely great. I love it. I will say that the glass, they mentioned how scratch resistant this glass is. And I have noticed that this phone does scratch. I wouldn't say fairly easy, but I definitely have scratches on this device, which is unfortunate. They mentioned how amazing the scratch resistance is on this anti-reflective glass that they use. But I will say be careful because it's not as durable as I was hoping. At this point, I want this coating on every single phone. It is that good. If you haven't used a Samsung phone, a modern Samsung phone, especially one of the Ultras, this screen is going to shock you. So you get these beautifully punchy colors on the display. You get this insanely sharp pixel density. Although I still find it funny that Samsung and other manufacturers limit the screen resolution out of the box. I find that very weird. But honestly, even with this phone being set to Full HD, I personally leave it to Quad HD. Whether you're using Full HD or the Quad HD, the screen does look really good. The viewing angles are crazy. Like I said, the colors are amazing. The text is tactilely sharp. I love the thin bezels and how rectangular and futuristic this phone looks. It still looks different from every other phone on the market, honestly. Everybody still wants to replicate and copy the iPhone, and Samsung still, obviously they have rounded the edges a little bit over the years, but it still has its own personality with the display, which is something I really like. I will say that the only thing this display is missing is it does need more brightness. So I think the max brightness is listed at 2600 nits. And that is typically honestly okay whenever you are outside because of that anti-reflective coating. But now that I have gotten used to my other devices that have brighter displays, I just wish it had more oomph to it. And I feel like Samsung should really give us that extra brightness juice when it comes to the Galaxy S26 Ultra. And I think that they will. I think it's time for them to upgrade this display a little bit. But outside of jumping up the brightness, there's nothing else Samsung really needs to do at all when it comes to this display. Now, One UI 7 on this phone, it was okay. One UI 7 I thought looked great. I thought that the performance could have definitely been better. There were rumors suggesting, and like I said, it's just rumors, but that One UI 7 was not using the full capability of the Galaxy S25 Ultra because of that new processor. And I didn't think it was true at first, but whenever I updated to One UI 8, I was shocked how much better this phone was overall. Whenever it dropped on here, the performance to me was immediately noticed. Difference, it was so much better than One UI 7. So that makes me believe that the rumors with the performance were actually true. The performance on this phone with the One UI 8 is breathtaking. So we finally get that full capability of the processor. And I was really surprised as well because on One UI 7, I had a lot of overheating issues with this phone. Yes, this phone has vapor cooling and all of that good stuff, but I experienced major overheating issues. Not to where the phone would turn off, but just because the phone, it would get so hot in your hand. I literally felt like I needed to set it down in my freezer to cool it off just because it didn't feel safe for a phone to get that hot. So I don't have that problem anymore with One UI 8. I may get it occasionally, but that problem has been gone for me for a little while now. And if you are still having that issue, I do have a video on my channel that I will link down below for you to check out to try to troubleshoot your overheating issues. So yeah, whether you are using the fingerprint scanner, the facial unlock, just swiping from your lock screen, swiping around on your home screen, opening applications, closing applications, checking emails, texting, Instagram browsing, Reddit reading and searching, Amazon shopping, this phone just feels smooth all the time. I don't get the micro jitters on a Samsung phone like I get with the Google Pixel. There's something about the Google Pixel where the animations just do not feel that smooth compared to a Samsung or an iPhone, which is weird because this is running Android. It's running the same version of Android the Pixels are. Samsung, they've really enhanced how well their phones perform. And I really like gaming on this phone as well. Like I said, now that my overheating issues are no longer an issue, but I will say one area that concerns me is the cameras still. So of course you get very versatile cameras. You get 4 different lenses on this, just on the back alone. And that's not even speaking regarding the front facing camera. You get 4 different lenses, you get 2 different telephoto lenses, you get a main sensor, and then you get an ultra wide sensor. My biggest problem with the Samsung in terms of photo taking is that whenever you are in low light, the performance drags dramatically. So whenever I go up and try to take a picture of the kids, like say it's nighttime and we're having a late dinner and I want to take a picture of the kids doing something, I don't know, I almost can never get the shot. If there's any motion in the movement of the subject I am taking a picture of and the lighting is not optimal, this phone just struggles way more than any other device that I currently use. That's something that I've noticed on my Samsung phones for years. So I hope Samsung fixes that particular issue. Outside of that, the capabilities of the cameras are amazing. I will say, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if I'm just not very Samsung-y enough, but I suck at taking raw photos with this phone. I don't know what it is, but whenever I use the Pro features, I am terrible whenever I use this phone. The iPhone is so much more simplistic in terms of taking raw photos. I wish that they would enhance that perspective for me. I don't like that. But I do like the ability to where I can go in and create my own filters. I think it's a pretty good camera. And of course, the zoom capabilities, you can't beat it. I think it's a pretty good camera overall, but Samsung needs to do more work on it. But I will say the video cameras are great on this phone. I've actually taken quite a bit of content using this device for my YouTube channel. So I can typically mix it in with the iPhone's video cameras and people either can't tell a difference or they comment how great the video looks on the device I'm shooting on, which is this. So I will say Samsung, in terms of video capabilities, they've done a really good job this year. And you can also shoot in log as well, which is great. I played around with Blackmagic and used those built-in LUTs. And then of course, the Samsung actually has a built-in color correcting LUT built into the actual camera and gallery, which is awesome. Video cameras, I really enjoy with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now the battery for me has not been that great. I think it's just average. So I hope that Samsung increases the battery on this phone with the next generation. I think it's just weird that a Pro iPhone has a larger battery capacity than a Samsung Ultra phone. That to me is mind-blowing. To me, I can get through a whole day with this phone, but that's about it. And you can't forget about the S Pen. The S Pen with this phone is still awesome. Now I know this has been talked about a lot, but I do wish that it had the Bluetooth features with the S Pen. I would have loved using the button away from the phone for situations like this where I'm recording myself and I can play, pause, or zoom in or whatever with my S Pen. I do think that that would have been a cool feature for me to play around with. It's an Ultra phone. Why not have all the features, even if people don't use it? Outside of that, I really like the S Pen. I like to just navigate with the S Pen. That feature really keeps this phone being unique. And of course, Samsung, when it comes to AI, they are still the masters at AI. There are so many AI features built into this phone. It is ridiculous, and that's probably overwhelming. For me, my favorite is the browser assist feature, where you can actually have the AI go in and summarize web pages for you. I use that all the time. There are so many AI features on this phone, it is ridiculous. Yeah guys, overall, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is still the king to me. I love this phone. I plan to trade this in to get the Galaxy S26 Ultra. But outside of Samsung making the S26 Ultra slimmer, with a larger battery, with a brighter display, and adjusting the cameras to make them better, there's not really that much Samsung needs to do to continue to be at the top. I would love to see Samsung pull something crazy out of their tails and give us something that we did not expect. I'm not sure if that will happen, but let me know what you all think. Do any of you all still have and are using the Galaxy S25 Ultra? If you are, let me know how it has been for you. Especially let me know if you have used other newer devices and if you think that the Galaxy S25 Ultra is still worth keeping over those devices in late 2025. But I appreciate all of you all for watching. If you watched this entire video, leave a comment down below with an alien emoji, just so I know who the real ones are. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video as well. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all in the next one.